Guys, today I am reviewing the new Star Wars Force Awakens movie. Now, this has been obviously in production for so long, thanks to Walt Disney with their $4 billion check given to George Lucas. He handed over his rights, and now someone else is finally making a movie, and J.J. Abrams does a much better job than any of those pre-sequels that came out previously, episode 1, 2, 3. And we go back to what it all is about, Star Wars. And as we're watching the new film, there are new characters introduced. This is a spoiler-free review, so I will talk about the film, basic plot, outlining characters and stuff, but not give away major plot lines, because there is some amazing things to look out for, great cameos, and I don't want to spoil any for anyone. Don't want to give away any of the ending or who the Jedi is or anything like that. Just want to keep it simple, but just kind of go over what my thoughts were. So we start off with a new bunch of heroes, because this is now episode 7 in the series. So this is straight after the 3 George Lucas originals, before the pre-sequels. This is the next installment. Now, as soon as we start off, we know this is a new film. We get introduced to new characters, and the introduction, the acting is much better this time around. Daisy is great. The new guys, basically all of them are really good. Ray is good, but the biggest star earlier on, and you notice it straight away, is the new android BB-8. BB-8 is amazing in this film. He looks great. He's more practical technology instead of the old CGI. He's great in the film. And before, in the old ones, where all the comic relief came from just C-3PO and R2-D2, this actually is funny because the cast are having a good time. Just seems they're more relaxed. The whole cameos, everyone coming in, everyone's having a good time. This is Star Wars the way we want it to be. So we've always dreamt it would be. This is the most nostalgic film of maybe all time. We obviously seen the originals, and then you've seen everything come back to life. All the characters, even the Millennium Falcon, huge character that is in the films, is here. When Han Solo appears on screen for the first time, I gasped with pretty much the whole of our cinema. This was amazing because he was there, Chewie was back. There's so many other people. I don't want to give too much away, but that's in the trailer. So one of the first things you know is that these new characters that have been introduced by J.J. Abrams, they're really good. He spends time developing their stories. The script is much better. The flow, the dialogue, everything is really good. It is stunning as well. Even though when George Lucas went back in time and he started making pre-sequels, CGI'd the whole world around Hayden or Natalie Portman and the rest of them, and he didn't do a good job. This looks amazing, and even though CGI is advanced so much more, there's a lot more practical effects in here, and it looks much better. It's not just people running around in green screens. This is such a brilliant film that way. We have a stellar star cast, obviously, with all the various people from some of the original films. Don't want to give too much away, but the new guys as well, they're really good. And of course, as with all Star Wars films, there are big action sequences. There are amazing, stunning flights. There are amazing dogfights in the air. There is so much going on. It is amazing. It's just a feast to watch. I think to truly enjoy this film, if you're a huge fan, you have to watch it twice. The first time to kind of just sit back and let it all just kind of go over you without really thinking anything into it. Second time, seeing all the clues, working out, there, it was clear this is going to happen. This happened because of this previously. It is one of those kind of films. It's more layered than previous Star Wars films have ever been. The action sequences are great. I think some of the reliance on previous installments is quite heavy, because someone will come on screen and we just know who they are. But it's still great to see them on screen. But it's just because there's so much to cram into such a short time, certain characters can kind of get a bit sidelined. So it's like it kind of has to do what it has to do for a short period of time. So people have to come in, do their little thing, kind of almost disappear, if you like. It's a great new start of a brand new trilogy. This is the trilogy we always wanted George Lucas to make, but George Lucas did not make, and JJ took over. So I'm so happy JJ did. So happy that Mickey Mouse walked up to George Lucas with a $4 billion check and said, hand over your soul. And he sold out, and rightly so, because now we have a good director, a good script, special effects, practical effects, which have advanced so much over the years. We're able to enjoy Star Wars again. Anyone who's a true fan will absolutely love this film. For them, it's a sheer masterpiece. For those who are on the fence, it's a great watch. It's still an enjoyable film. It's not a masterpiece by no stretch of the imagination, but it's still enjoyable. As you can see from the trailers that are playing in the background, so much is going on. These films have a lot of background mythology and a lot of kind of build-up. There's so much comic book stuff. There is a whole universe around it. So for some people who are new coming into this, may not understand the cameos as much. They may not understand who is related to who. Bit of explanation, but it's still a great watch. You can still make out what's going on anyway. You don't have to have seen the previous 6. You could just get away with just coming into this all fresh. The new look universe that will now be built around this trilogy is very exciting. It's a whole new generation that will be able to enjoy Star Wars once again, and this time around JJ has brought all of that to life. This is an amazing movie. I'm not too sure who's taking over the reins for the next ones, but I'm still excited for it. Now, with regards to this kind of film, as with all the kind of Star Warsy films, they're a little bit violent, let's be honest. In America, I believe it's like a PG-13. A bit of caution if you're taking little kids to watch it, because they've seen the adverts. It is a little bit gruesome. There is a lot of fighting going on. There's a lot of peril involved. There's a lot of fights, and some of it is a little bit more adult themed, but still enjoyable. So word of caution if you're taking lots of little children with you, but still an enjoyable film. They'll still love it. It's visually very stunning, and wherever possible you can notice that JJ's taken the time, or the directors, everyone's taken the time to put a practical effect in instead of a CGI'd effect. So it's not so much you walk into a bar and everyone's CGI'd around the main characters. There's a lot more to it, which is great to see. Previously, of course, we've had Lucas come along and he's put dialogue in the film that's in like The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, and it's very wooden. The acting is very wooden. This is so much better. JJ has really stepped up. We have a great cast. We have them doing everything we want them to do, and it's clearly obvious he too is a sheer fan of the original work and has really put a lovely spin on it, both all the way down to every little aspect that JJ's put into there. Even the teaser trailers that he was pumping out, and there was the Batmobile on the Millennium Falcon. All these kind of viral things that they were doing was amazing. So it has all paid off. As a film as a whole, it is it's not the best film ever. It's the most hyped film ever. At least for 2015, as far as all films go. There's got to be no film bigger than this in terms of hype, in terms of marketing, in terms of anything out there. For Christmas, this is the perfect Christmas movie. This will sell millions on merchandising. BB-8. He's just amazing. I see C-3PO, all of them are still there, all your cast. There was a moment when you're watching the film and you almost cry because there's so much to see, and obviously if you're a sheer fan of the original, so you will absolutely love this. A lot of people are giving this great reviews, amazing, masterpiece, 5 stars. Personally, out of 10, I'll give it a 9. A 9. It's a great film. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but this has actually made me interested in the Star Wars films again. I might go back and watch the originals, might enjoy them another time around, but it's great to see JJ, who also brought Star Trek back to life and did an amazing reboot there, take over the reins of Star Wars and really bring something new to the table that George Lucas just can't do himself. and he needs a lot of help with. So JJ's done that. It's amazing. Also, Simon Pegg's in this. It's a bit random, but he's in Star Trek as well. So it's good. What else can I say? I don't want to give anything away because the ending, also who the Jedi is, any of those kind of things. Watch the film, enjoy it. Write me up with your comments, likes on the bottom, dislikes, anything like that, and subscribe for more reviews, previews, walkthroughs, playthroughs, anything like that.